Number 33 is there, Peter Faulding, who comes from Rotherham. And it's a very warm welcome indeed to Kevin Free from New Zealand and not Denmark, as it states in the programme. He drives car number NZ36, getting some practice in prior to the World Final at Coventry in September, and driving a Gary Maynard car. So the green flag goes down first time, and we're underway. And what happens right from the drop of the flag? Lisa Hart in car number 24 shoots off. Down that far side with Anthony Flanagan in second place in 133 and Derek Fairhurst in 218.
The way she went in Stoke last week, anything's possible.
24, 133 and 218, first, second and third. Guy Parker fourth in number 516. The 508 car of Roy Daniels there slipping and sliding all over the place. Barry in 343 going out a little bit wide, but he's able to dive down from the top of the Bradford turn underneath 508, who immediately gets himself into all sorts of trouble, and not only that, takes two other guys out, one of which is Mal Brown and the other is Kev Smith in cars 34 and 64. So Lisa Harton then really polling her way around and already nudging the bumper of one of the tail enders, which she's nudged efficiently enough to push him aside. The man in trouble there was Stephen Sykes in 509. Lisa Harton already mixing it then with the back markers, just about to put another one behind her. That's 24. Lisa Harton then the leader.
34, I think.
And we want the black flag, Mr. Starter, for 34, please. 34. So then, just getting back to what's going on out there on track, you can see that Miss Harter has a very substantial lead in her Tubit scaffolding sponsored car. At the moment, number 24 from 218, Derek Fairhurst, last time round, who's moved through and in fact is still there in second place. And Barry Heath from Walsall in the West Midlands is in third place in number 343. Richard Mason not doing too badly at all in fourth place in number 202, and the field certainly well spread and somewhat depleted, not a very big one to start with, but already 4 cars around the arena. So consequently, Lisa having a pretty good run, but all credit to her. Take the opportunities as they present themselves, and the fact that she's under little or no pressure at the moment is neither here nor there. Number 24 going down that back straight. Lisa Harter, the leader from Derek Fairhurst in second place. Now Derek has undoubtedly shortened the distance considerably over the last 2 or 3 laps between first and second places, and that's the halfway here. So as we go into that second half, Lisa still leads in the car number 24 from the number 218 car rather of Derek Fairhurst in that second place. Richard Mason has moved up into third position, although only for a short while perhaps. Barry Heath was not quite quick enough to regain that third position, and that in fact has enabled Mason to pull away and hold on to that number 3 slot. Lisa Harter then, the young lady from Halstead in Essex, up front, clear lead at the moment, car number 24, with 5 next time in, please. Derek Fairhurst holding on to that second place, and now it would seem that he might well have dropped back a little bit, and that gap has in fact opened up again. Now Lisa powers up onto the banking, chops into the corner nicely, goes past a back marker, surprisingly enough, in the form of David Torson, number 86, whose car is certainly not going as rapidly as one would expect from that man, although he might well be going rapidly enough to try and have a little nibble at the rear end then of that number 24 car. It didn't work, however. And so Lisa Harter still leads in number 24 from Derek Fairhurst in 218 in second place, Richard Mason in third, in number 202, fourth is Barry Heath in 343, fifth is Michael Ives in 236, and in sixth place is Jamie Davidson in car number 464. That looks a bit nasty, and it's the New Zealander in fact, Kevin Free, who disappears in a great cloud of smoke which obliterates that top bend, and that could be pretty expensive. We'll have to wait and see. So time then running out, Miss Harter still leads in number 24 from Derek Fairhurst in 218 and Richard Mason in 202. Lisa Harter again coming up against back markers, but certainly at this stage not likely to slow her forward progress down too much, and they don't. And so as our starter. Ian Story there gets the checkered flag ready. It looks like a win without any doubt at all for Lisa Harter in number 24 from a man. Second across the line, 218 Derek Fairhurst. Third, 202 Richard Mason. Fourth, 343 Barry Heath. Fifth, 236 Michael Ives. And sixth, 464 Jamie Davidson.
Okay.
Those are just observations. We can have the reds, Mr. Starter. Please don't put anything in your programmes until the charts have been checked and the results confirmed by the steward. The results confirmed then. Lisa Harter shortly to receive the award as the winner of race 1. Second was 218 Derek Fairhurst, and third 202 Richard Mason. Fourth 343 Barry Heath, and fifth 236 Michael Ives. Sixth was 464 Jamie Davidson. Seventh 33 Peter Faulding. Eighth 272 Andy Hodson. Ninth 86 David Toulson, and 10th 516 Guy Parker. Results again for you, just the numbers 24, 218, 202, 343, 236, 464, 33, 272, 86 and 516.
Nice round of applause to May Central. Come on, please. On the Bradford turn, all the way down the back straight. Lisa Harter. Let us remind you that all the things that are on sale, that are usually on sale, on the shelf and on the Bradford end, certainly are. One important announcement is that members of the Bronx Club will be moving amongst you tonight for a collection, not for the club, but for something very important indeed, in which the club are very quick to recognise, and that is a collection to replace a blown engine which has occurred in the rescue unit, for which and whose services we are very grateful here at Bradford. So that moving amongst you, all the money that's collected tonight by members of BOSS will go towards a new engine for the rescue unit, an extremely good cause, ladies and gentlemen.
Very, very hard. Not Murray. Yep. Yep.
He's suffering the strain at the moment, isn't he? As you said, he's doing so many now that I mean, when you think he's looking to season starting, right?
The flag goes down with 20 cars on the grid on this occasion, and the power comes on all the way around. Number 344 Tony Brown leads them away, and already there's a problem down there for what looks like Steve Greaves in number 473, and indeed there is a serious problem there because he spins right the way around, takes the timber balking with him, and away goes Les Spencer as well in number 98. One over on the far side as well, who's not going to complete any more distance as far as this one's concerned. Wrong, he's just backing off. That's Martin Southwell in 277. Whole train of cars coming down the home stretch with Andy Smith at the back of them in number 391, but that little bit of extra power that he put on there shoved them all out of the way. He dived through beneath them and moved up about 4 places in one foul swoop. 456 then, the leader at the moment. Down that back straight. Keeps it going nicely, keeps a good line down there, not really under any serious pressure at all as yet. The number 456 car in the lead. Yeah. Butterfield then coming out of that turn. Down the home straight past the start-finish line. Oh, and the bumper's going in there again in the true Smith style. And Andy there getting himself caught up there, which is a great shame because he was doing well until that stage. Car number 99, Graham Bird, took advantage of that situation. He came through nicely. So it's Rob Butterfield in 4.56 who leads with car number 99 in that second place at the moment, Graham Bird, but being challenged strongly is Graham by 109, Phil Smith. First, second and third. They have pulled away from the rest of the pack. Number 29, Ian Higgins, is doing very well at the moment, just behind him. With number 172, Steve Hodgson, first, second, third, fourth, fifth placement through. Phil Smith has a problem in 109. Graham Bird doesn't in number 99, so he's still going well, and so is Higgins in number 29. So Rob Butterfield in 4.56 then, the lead car. 99. Graham Bird in that second place, 29. Ian Higgins third. Oh, and look at that little log down there. All of them getting in a dreadful mess, including Junior Wayman in 5.15 and Dave Beresford in 2.60 and Phil Smith in 1.09. That's the halfway here, please. So, into the second half again. Butterfield still leads, but Higgins has obviously got the bit between his teeth very much so, as well as piling on the pressure all the way around, winds it up very, very quickly indeed, and just eats up the distance between first and second places, and Higgins looks all set to take the lead from Butterfield very, very soon, probably on this turn, as he tries to get the car underneath Butterfield. Doesn't succeed. In fact, the tail end begins to break away, and Butterfield is still there, but they're both coming up against a train of back markers now, and that's when the situation could change quite rapidly. Butterfield, in fact, goes wide on that turn, but not wide enough for Higgins to get through. It's 5 next time, Mr. Starter, and the heat song certainly up front with Rob Butterfield holding on. Oh, and Higgins puts the bumper in there and cooks it actually, because he slides out into the rough, and that's enabled Butterfield to get away just a little bit, but Higgins has obviously got a much quicker car as he stands at the moment. They both tangle again, but again Butterfield shuts the door on Higgins, won't allow him through, gets himself caught over there, pushes the car away, and indeed that car goes sliding right in front of Higgins. Higgins still challenging strongly, but he's not there, and this is a good drive from Butterfield because he really is holding off the more experienced man. Can he continue to do so? Not, it would appear to be the case on that occasion. Eventually Higgins finds a way through, but what a tremendous fight by Rob Butterfield, who really did make Higgins work extremely hard. Also coming into the frame very much so now is Steve Hodgson in number 172, the leader 29, Ian Higgins from 4.56, Rob Butterfield in that second place, and again Rob gets a smack in the rear, just a gentle tap actually from Hodgson on that occasion, but it was enough for the Butterfield car to go wide, and so has Higgins gone wide. And look at this, Steve Hodgson really tramping on now in an effort to catch Higgins and do a whole load of no good to the Yorkshire-based or the York-based driver. Not caught him as yet, but certainly looked on that occasion as if he might. Higgins still there in car number 29 from 172 in that second place. Steve Hodgson dropping back just a little bit, coming up into what could be third place as they go on to the last lap is Junior Wayman in 5.15. Remember, he was in trouble in the early stages, so that's just got to be confirmed, but in fact he is there by the look of it. 29 and 172 then. In first and second places, a gallant effort from Steve Hodgson in number 172 to try and put Higgins offline, but he hasn't succeeded, and it's Ian Higgins in car number 29 who crosses the line first from 172. Steve Hodgson in second place. Third was 5.15, Junior Wayman. The rest, well, it looks like Rob Butterfield was in that fourth place in 4.56, with Graham France fifth in 2.16, and Phil Smith might well have fought his way back into sixth place in 1.09. Again, ladies and gentlemen, just observations, nothing in the programme, please, until the official results are confirmed. Thank you, Mr. Starter. The Reds, please. A little bit better. The official result for you: Ian Higgins was certainly first in number 29, second Steve Hodgson, number 172, third 5.15 Junior Wayman, fourth number 4.56 Rob Butterfield, fifth 2.16 Graham France, sixth 1.09 Phil Smith, seventh 2.60 Dave Beresford, eighth number 3.29 Richard Brighton, ninth number 2.75 Paul Farrer, and 10th 273, Keith Jones.
Put your hands together on the Bradford turn, ladies and gentlemen, please. And whilst mentioning that Bradford turn, the stock car sales point is up there with the latest editions of Stock Car, the magazine that will bring you right up to date with all that's new in stock car racing. And also up there as well, our West Yorkshire television with various tapes on sale at keen competitive prices. Take a look. There's a whole choice of which to buy. And of course, getting back to stock car, you can get the SCM videos as well for the stock car sales point. Steve Sweet's up there with the usual bargains and a big selection of all sorts of things. If you want some information on the Box Club, then if you look at the side of the bottle there, you can get all the information that you need about this very active club that has lots of interesting social nights and good what else. So if you want to get any more info, have a word with the representatives of the Box Club, and remember that when the Box members are moving amongst you, they're not in fact collecting for the club, but for a new engine for the rescue duty, which we want to get as quickly as we can, please. Fantastic. The official is on for you. John Lunn first, driving car number 53, second number 77 Ian Platt, third 73 Rob Howley. Fourth 128 John Wright, and fifth with number 20 Warren Hunter. Sixth 212 Frank Wayland, 7 92 George Wakeways. Eighth was 229 Paul Higgins, 9th 21 Gilman, and 10th number 3 Eddie Roberts. 1 to 10 again for you, 53, 77, 73, 128, 20, 212, 92, 229, 21, and number 3. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of race 3 on tonight's program, 53, John Lunn. John Lunn, ladies and gentlemen, out on the far side, please, for your applause. John Lunn then coming through. Very nice round of applause when he comes back into the home straight. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, once again, John Lunn, number 53.
Guy Parker in 516 is going to lead the field away, along with Anthony Flanagan in 133. No first timers out there, all drivers as previously seen. Starter drops the green flag first time. The Constellation is underway, a little bit slippy there for the time being, but probably it will rapidly dry out over this Constellation event. 28 cars on the grid, and they are indeed slipping and sliding all over the place. Not the least Jeff Nichols in number 215, who's broadside across the track, right in the middle of the Bradford turn at the moment. So 516 then Ian at the moment, long way to go of course, but he's the man who picks up first. Guy Parker from Saltburn, out in the lead 277, sliding and slipping all over the place. That's Martin Southwell. 344 has just moved up a little bit. Tony Brown. Glenn Daft a little bit further down the field. He's being chased by Mal Brown in number 36. That was Mark Gilbank, I think he car number 21, who gets himself into all sorts of trouble. So does David Toulson in car number 86, but he fires it up and gets away quickly. Gilbank has popped himself up on the tip of Balking, and that's goodbye to any chances that he might have had in mind as far as qualifying for the final via the Constellation. Nichols is back in the fray, 215, so a lot of ground in the early stages, so your leader is still 516, 344 in that second place, 297 and 34. so is Glendaft in number 96. So Guy Parker in 516 is enjoying this moment of glory, albeit perhaps somewhat brief. Nevertheless, he's up there, and one can't take that away from him. Kev Smith in car number 64 has been pushed down the back straight by Mal Brown in number 34, and indeed it could be that Mal will come underneath him now on turn 4. Doesn't though. 64 shut out quite nicely, and he wins. In fact, it's 64 and 34 in second and third places, with Andy Smith in fourth place now in number 391. So I think we shall have a change this time round as far as the lead is concerned, and not quite. Guy Parker's still there, but right behind him now Kev Smith in number 64 and Mal Brown in 34. And in that fourth place, just about to be sideswiped by a back marker, and indeed they caught up and it held him back a little. That was Andy Smith in 391. However, Andy's back in very quickly. Oh, and away goes Mal Brown in number 34. So it's number 64 leading from 391. Andy Smith 64 and 391. This could be interesting. Craig Howarth in car number 52, or Wallops Glendaft in car number 96 out of the way. So interesting, and there's a white top there really having a go, not giving anything away as yet, trying to maintain his ground, and indeed it's only the more experienced cars that have gone past him. It's halfway here, please. Kev Smith in number 64 leads from 391. Andy Smith, 52, Craig Howarth third, 383, Dave Johnson fourth, 96, Glendaft fifth, and it could well be that Guy Parker is still there in sixth place in number 516. Ray Williams in car number 26 impedes the progress of the 391 Andy Smith, and enables Kev Smith in number 64 to have a gap to get away again. It's 5 next time, Ian, and it's still 64 and 391, and Smith in first and second places. Howarth in 52 having a little go at the back end there of one of the other competitors, and in fact it was Mal Brown that he was thumping in the rear quite strongly. Dave Johnson isn't messing about either. He thumps Howarth very hard. Away goes Howarth, and the 393 car moves up a couple of places. Dave Johnson in 383, the compliment being returned actually, because Mal Brown was dishing it out then. Smith still there in 391, but Kev Smith in number 64, way out in front. 64. Ooh, wallop! Dave Johnson puts it in there and spins 3 or 4 cars all out of the way, including Smith in 391. Really went in hard there, did Johnson. So, still number 64, remember, with 383 Dave Johnson in the second place, 52 Craig Howarth third, 98 Les Spencer not there. He's lost a lot of ground throughout this consolation event, so it could well be that Russ Humphries, the next man in line, and he'll have to go some because David Torson is there just behind him in car number 86. So there's the checkered flag, and Kev Smith in car number 64. Bumpers were going in very, very hard there. Craig Howarth was on the receiving end. In fact, in car number 52. We can rate it, Ian, please. He's doing things the hard way, ladies and gentlemen, and he deserves that round of applause. The man with the checkered flag and the trophy, the winner of the consolation event, number 64, Kev Smith. Side, he deserves it. the victory lap. And I hope that Andre Zhang is watching this, because of course Andre bought an ex-Kev Smith car, and it looks as if Kev is showing Andre the way there now how he should go down the track. We got them down. Car number 64. Keys first. Great stuff. 64 then Kev Smith, then first across the line and getting a deserved round of applause. Second was Dave Johnson in 383, and the third was Russ Humphrey in number 113. Fourth place went to 86 David Tolson, and fifth place was 391 Andy Smith. Sixth place went to car number 382, and seventh was 26 Ray Williams. Eighth place went to car number 516, ninth was 273, and in 10th place number 34. So away they go, with Rob Butterfield in 456 leading the way, George Braithwaite on the outside, number 92, and number 518 completing the trio. 516, I should say, Guy Park, sorry about that. We move on to Derek Fairhurst to 218, 382, and 329. Three of the B graders, and then rates to the A graders. Nick Ives in fact front in 236. From our Barry Heath in 343, 202, which is Mason, 216, Graham France. 29 effect on the grid, 383, Dave Johnson's there. That's something 113, 229, Paul Higgins, 109, Phil Smith, 64, Kev Smith, and 391, Andrew Smith. The Reds, 128, John Wright, 260, Dave Beresford, 77. Ian Platts, 29, Ian Higgins. Number 20, Warren Hunter. 86 David Tolson, 212 Frankie Wayman, 73 Rob Cowley, 464 Jamie Davison, 272 Andy Hodgson, 53 John Lund, 33 Peter Fawley, and 515 Junior Wayman. The flags are down, the grand final is underway. And the bumpers are going in already, and cars slipping and sliding all over the place as they motor down the home stretch and around turns 1 and 2. The Reds already adjusting positions all the way around, with Beresford in 260 there, about to get a thump from the rear end by Andy Hodgson, but he missed it, slid right out into the rough. Already there is what looks like Warren Hunter in car number 20. 391, Stuart Smith is not up the, and Andrew Smith rather, up there on the corner, but looks as if he's gone 391 on that turn. Just let's see if that's the case. They try and sort each other out and find a gap to get restarted. It hasn't quite happened yet. 456 and 92, George Braithwaite goes through. Yes, it was Andy Smith in fact in 391, who was hooked up there for a couple of laps, so quite obviously that's put him right out of contention as far as this grand final is concerned, which is rather a shame. And indeed he's in trouble again, going bouncing into the wires on the Bradford turn. 260 Dave Beresford loses it just a little bit, and that could be the opportunity for Peter Fawley in 33 with a quick burst of power down the back straight to come through underneath it, which he does, and moves up a place. Just keeping an eye on those Reds because they're still very closely bunched all the way round, and right in the middle of them is Graham France in 216 and Barry Heath in 343. 456 then, that's the man who's still leading the pack from George Braithwaite in car number 92 and 218 Derek Fairhurst. Then Phil Smith in 109, and oh, there they go again. All of them there. Ian Platts has gone, John Lund, by the look of it, has departed as well in 77 and 53, and the man that they all poled into at quite an alarming rate was Kev Smith in number 64.
No, it was 236 and he got away with it.
And away goes Michael Ives in 236, straight across the top of the beams. Oh, and that's Rob Cowley that's gone in there. They're all going into that wall as if it's acting like a magnet up there. They really are polling in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them there. We've got 4, 5, 6 actually now leading.
109
Rob Butterfield in 4.56. That's the leader. And the first of the Reds, in fact, to make any impression at this stage is John Wright in number 128. So we'll pick him up now. 4.56. Rob Butterfield, the leader, going around a 1 and 2 nicely. With George Braithwaite just behind in car number 92. Then it looks like Derek Fairhurst in 2.18 in that third place. 109. Phil Smith still there as well. He's made up some useful time and ground and pulled away from the first of the Reds, now making a kind of impression. And who's, surprise, surprise, it's none other than Peter Faulding in car number 33. But very cheekily, John Wright has a go at the back end of the number 33 car, but eventually pulls away from John Wright. And so back up front, what's happening there? Leaders coming through. Fairhurst is making a challenge, and he's done a good one too. Away goes the front runner. Rob Butterfield departs on turn 1, goes polling into 2 cars that are already parked up. We've got Derek Fairhurst now leading Mr. Starter in car number 218. Coming out of that turn now and across the start-finish line. Still plenty of time for more changes to take place as Fairhurst in 218 and Braithwaite in car number 92. In first and second places, and right down the exhaust pipe of the Braithwaite car is 109 Phil Smith. And Smith, in fact, uses the bumper on Braithwaite. We're at the halfway, Mr. Starter. So into that second half, we're now going with Derek Fairhurst still there in 218 from George Braithwaite in car number 92 and Phil Smith in 109. Then comes Peter Faulding in car number 33, and Faulding trying to get through on that inside line, but doesn't quite make it on that occasion. But obviously at this stage, it looks as if Peter Faulding could well be placed in a position which will see him perhaps take the checkered flag. Who knows? Still quite a long way to go. The latest casualty there from anyone who was likely to do well was Phil Smith in car number 109. He's just gone. And Braithwaite's departed now as well in car number 92. So it's still Derek Fairhurst by the look of it in car number 218. He's in the lead from 33. Peter Faulding in that second place. And those two are right away, because don't forget John Lunn had problems in the first half of this event, so he's not there, and there's a big gap until you come to the man who's in third place, which could well be John Wright in car number 128. That will be confirmed this time round, and indeed that is the case. So 515 Junior Wayman is there, and 272 Andy Hobson. Those are the next positions. So let's get back to see what's happening as far as the front runners are concerned. It's just about to change, or has changed, with 5 next time, Mr. Starter. Peter Faulding in car number 33. No, still 218. He's still there. 218 and 33. It has changed there now. Peter Faulding in car number 33 then leading the pack from 218. Derek Fairhurst in that second place. And just look at the gap between second and third positions. There's that third position. Still John Wright in car number 128. Going well. Hoping obviously to maintain and pick up the points of the prize funding for that place in this final, but he gets caught up there, and that's Junior Wayman who's gone through. I think Junior is probably there. He has in fact now moved up into third position. John Wright dropped down to fourth place. So this event rapidly coming to its close with Peter Faulding in car number 33. Out in front, down that far side. Still there, Faulding, Fairhurst second, 218. Judy Wayman third in 515, John Wright fourth in 128. Fifth place could well be 272, Andy Hobson. And sixth, 212, Frankie Wayman. So, Mr. Starter gets that checkered flag ready, and it looks it's going to be another Faulding win. The flag goes up and goes down. Peter Faulding crosses the line in first place from Derek Fairhurst in 218. Second. Third, 515, Judy Wayman. Fourth, 128, John Wright. Fifth, 272, Andy Hobson. Sixth, 212, Frankie Wayman. 7, 113, that's Humphrey.
Okay.
And that's it, Mr. Starter, please. The Reds, if you would. And please, ladies and gentlemen, nothing in your programme until the charts have been checked. And Stuart just confirm the results.
23, Peter Faulding. Peter Faulding then, ladies and gentlemen, on turns 1 and 2. Put your hands together, give him a shout and a wave. Peter Baldwin, number 33. So once again coming into the home straight, as usual, ladies and gentlemen, a final round of applause for the winner of tonight's grand final for the 33 Peter Baldwin.
The official results then for you of that grand final. First, number 33, Peter Faulding. Second, 218, Derek Fairhurst. And third, 515, Junior Wayman. Fourth, 128, John Wright. And fifth, 272, Andy Hodgson. Sixth was 212, Frankie Wayman. Seventh, 113, Russ Humphrey. Eighth, 20, Warren Hunter. Ninth, 260, Dave Beresford. And 10th, 53, John Lunn. 1 to 10 again, 33, 218, 515, 128, 272, 212, 113, 20, 260, and 53. Peter Faulding, in fact, completed his final in Grand National at Coventry. 344 and 298 are the two cars. That's the fact on the move. 198, 456, 277. 5 big graders ready to have a crack. John Wright at 128 and 172. Steve Hodgson, 86. David Wilson, 29. Ian Higgins, 260. Dave Beresford, 212. Frank Wayman, 272. Andy Hodgson, 464. Jamie Davis, 77. Ian Blanchard, 515. Wayman, and 53. John Lund, 32 cars on the grid for the Grand National. Oh, look at that lot over on that far side, and again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the Bradford turn. It looks as if that could well be Andy Hodgson in 272, high and dry up on the pit bend turn. Steve Hodgson fared much better over there on the far side. Oh, and another big pile-up of cars there, of which more rapidly adding to the numbers. Then they clear a way through and let's go belting off front. The leader is 456. 344 in second place. Glinda third in number 96. So Rob Butterfield up front again. Just waiting for him to go through, and there he is in 456. 344 in that second place. 202. Richard Mason, in fact, moved up into third place now in 202, which can't be bad. Higgins in a bit of trouble down there in car number 29. 456. place even at this early stage in the proceedings. Junior Wayman, that really isn't surprising when you look at the wreckage around this raceway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 cars from the 32 that started, already sidelined, and we're not yet at the halfway stage. There's another one gone. Interesting down here, number 382, and Dave Beresford in 260 being shoved along there. And the leader's gone now, so we shall have a change. Oh, there's another one.
202 is being lead.
202, Richard Mason has now gone into the lead by the look of it. Just, oh, and there's another one away, and another one. Yeah, Clancy's got caught up there, and yes, that of course means that Peter Fording is already in the placings.
202, you mean?
Richard Mason in car number 202 from 515, Junior Wayman in second place, 344 in third place, 53 John Lund is fourth, and fifth is Peter Fording in number 33. Now, can Peter Fording improve upon that position before the checker goes down? He's got time to do that, that's a certainty. We're at the halfway this time round. Emil, please. Mason, car number 202, down that far side. And just as he moves into turns 3 and 4, uses the bumper on Jeff Nichols in 215. Doesn't in fact move him aside particularly well on that occasion. Beresford goes chasing after him. Junior Wayman is there as well. Oh, and away goes Nichols this time. And Junior Wayman's going to take over by the look of it. Yeah, he does. Wayman goes through in 515. Looks like it. Mason's still there though in 202 in second place. Out of turn 4 into the home straight and across the start-finish line. Junior Wayman in 515 with 5 next times. 515, 202 and 53. First, second and third. Fourth, Peter Fording in number 33. (202), 53 and 33 through. 202 down that far side. Still chasing Junior in 515. Junior Wayman. Oh, and Mason really put it all in there in an effort to have a crack at that back bumper of Junior's. It didn't quite work for him, and what has in actual fact happened is that Junior Wayman has been able to draw away from any further likely taps on the rear end that are going to be dished out. 515, 202. 53 and 33. First, second, third and fourth. Junior Wayman in 515 carves his way through that small pack of back markers there. There are even more casualties. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 cars left actually running on the tracks from the 32 that started now on the last lap. Junior Wayman in 515, all set to take the checker from Richard Mason in 202, John Lund in 53 and Peter Fording in 33. And that's how it's going to end by the look of it. Down goes the checker. Junior takes it from Mason, from Lund, from Fording. Thank you, Ian. The Reds, please.
National Day is not to end on tonight's program. Christian Justice as soon as the chance of being taken. What
Official results for you: Julian Wayman first in 5:15, second 2:02 Richard Mason, third 53 John Lund, fourth 33 Peter Faulding, fifth 3:44 Tony Brown, sixth 77 Ian Flatts, seventh 2:60 Dave Beresford. Eighth place went to number 29 Ian Higgins, ninth was 34 Mal Brown, and in 10th place 3:83 Dave Johnson. Result again: 5:15.
5:15.
2:02.
2:02.
53.
53.
33.
33.
3:44.
3:44.
77.
77.
2:60.
2:60.
29.
29.
34.
34.
And a 3:83.
And 3:83.